Next is our Brain Trust. If you haven't engaged these folks in your business, please do. They're here to help you. They're here to grow your business. Up first, we've got Brendan Strain, along with Russ Novak, Principal, Rand Consulting, and Phil Chandler, International Channel Director with TalkDesk. Take it away, Brendan.
Welcome, guys. We have Phil Chandler from TalkDesk and Russ Novak from Rand Telecom Consulting. Welcome, guys. So we had a pretty awesome win with Krucial Staffing, medical staffing company. They had a really urgent need. Essentially, they were getting kicked off of their current UCAS provider, and TalkDesk was able to swoop in and save the day. Russ, do you want to give us a little breakdown on kind of how you knew Krucial Staffing and how that relationship formed, and then, you know, as you brought them on and introduced them to us at PlanetOne and through the initial part of that?
Private equity company out of Kansas City that I've been a partner with for 10 plus years. And one of their largest companies is a healthcare staffing company. And 2019, they split off one of their divisions and it became Krucial Staffing. So their focus is, you know, staffing for hurricanes, tornadoes, emergencies like that, plus at the border. And then 2020 hits, along comes COVID. They go from 15 employees to 350 in maybe 4 months. And like you said, their current network could not handle it. And they were going to get kicked off. So we had 3 days to basically move them to another provider.
Yeah, I remember distinctly when you gave us a call and you said, so they're getting about 1 million calls in a 3-hour period. And I went, well, okay, that makes sense that their current provider doesn't quite love their traffic. And one of the most interesting things about them, I think, is they built and created an extremely high volume contact center without even knowing it. Right? They were just sending out these social media tweets saying, hey, we need, you know, so many nurses in Denver or Texas or, you know, wherever it may be. And they would just get blasted with all these calls, you know, people redialing, people trying to get them. So anyhow, after Russ gave us the shout, I immediately sent Phil a text message. I mean, as he was basically talking to me, I was texting Phil and said, hey, do you have, see, there
I pulled it up. I'm going to read it to you because it's really good. It says, good morning, my brother from another mother. I have sort of a crazy op to run by you. Essentially, they run a staffing campaign in about a 3-hour period. They get something like 700,000 calls. Yeah, crazy. So they keep taking the name of that company down, like hard down, just using the auto attendant and UCAS endpoints. So the big question, can you guys handle that kind of volume?
Yes.
So I said, yeah, I think we can, but let me run it by some smart guys. So I ran it by a couple engineers. They came back and said, yeah, the way we're built, we can handle that. So I sent that back to Brendan. That was on November 17th.
Yeah, that was the day that was like, okay, we have a real solution. We can make sure Krucial stays up, that they can run a campaign and they aren't going to get the switch turned off on them. So anyhow, so yes, Phil said, hey, no problem. And I was floored. You know, there was a little doubt in my mind. I went, well, okay, you know, they say yes. We actually reached out to a couple of other providers and we got varying levels of response from crickets to, are you sure they're getting that many calls inbound? To, yeah, no, there's no way they can get that many calls. And those responses pretty much sealed the deal and said, you know, we turned around to Russ and said, hey, look, we have a fantastic provider, TalkDesk. They're an excellent cloud 2.0, you know, architected provider. Microservices architecture, for those that are unaware. Microservices essentially allows TalkDesk to scale infinitely. Doesn't give them a single point of failure. There's no one point in the network that they're vulnerable to capacity or traffic or anything like that. So again, a couple of reasons why TalkDesk made a lot of sense. So we talked to Russ. We said, okay, we need a conversation as quick as we can. Now, mind you, this is the week right before the Thanksgiving holidays. So lots of people were already mentally checked out. People were having visions of turkeys and sleeping. So we rounded the troops. We had a call that Friday. Phil, Russ, either one of you want to take that part of the story and kind of talk through that call?
Go, Russ.
It wasn't a long call. I mean, we had already, I think done our due diligence. So I communicated to the CEO of Krucial that really think you should lean this way. Really need to get you on a call with your team. Quick call with TalkDesk, and I don't know, halfway through the call where the TalkDesk was demoing the portal, the CEO just blurted out, "All right, let's go. We're ready."
Yeah, that was the most incredible deal conversation I think I've ever had. We go from introductions and, hey, this is so-and-so, great to meet you. I hear you have a fairly large problem to solve, to midway through, stop talking. We need the paperwork now. We need it signed today. It was the most amazing deal call ever.
Well, and I think part of that, Brendan, was based on the fact that they said, "Can you do it quickly? Can you get us turned up before Thanksgiving?"
Yeah, that was the big 3 days versus what one of the other providers said, 30 to 45 days. I mean, it was a no-brainer then.
And another provider said 3 to 5 months, which obviously that means no more Krucial staffing if it's going to take that long, right? But yeah, that was probably the thing that cinched it, is when TalkDesk confidently said, "We can have this up for you next week." And again, this was 4:30 on a Friday afternoon, week before Thanksgiving, and confidently, no stuttering, well, let me make a couple calls. It was, we absolutely can do this for you. And, to your point, that sealed the deal. So again, I know that the customer signed the deal, signed the paperwork, they got that turned around. Phil, you want to talk through a little bit of the implementation and kind of how that started? And
yeah, we thankfully had rallied resources and said, "Hey, we got a big one coming. Everybody's got to be able to jump in, get things done quickly." And as we were implementing it, they said, "Hey, this is going so good, we're going to add some more seats to this bad boy." And so we said, we can handle that too. And thankfully the implementation went really well. And within days of us being up and running and implemented, I think they rolled out their first big campaign, right? They said, let's go live and see how it works. And Brendan and Russ, I'll let you guys share how you think that ended up going on the first big campaign.
Yeah, it wasn't by choice. So, I mean, their clients, whether it's state of New York City, the state of Texas, they call the day before and say, "Hey, we need 2,000 nurses tomorrow." So they run the campaigns like Brendan says, advertise all over social media. So it wasn't by choice. They had to get on the TalkDesk, and you guys got them up and running, and they were as happy as can be. I mean, no issues whatsoever.
Yeah, I don't think they've dropped the call.
Week, they would go down every day for a period of time. And they're doing really important work here too. So it's not that losing business. They're not able to get nurses where they're needed.
Well, that was one of the things that really drew us to this, saying, "Hey, let's jump through hoops because we might save somebody's life." I mean, this is we're helping healthcare workers get to where they need to be to provide care, and so let's do this. Let's jump through hoops for these guys, and we did, and we're glad that we did because we've seen great things come of this. So thank you.
Yeah, and I don't think Krucial's dropped a single call since they migrated over to TalkDesk. I think something interesting is you guys can actually see how they run these campaigns. Krucial Staffing, they're all over Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. So you'll see how many followers they have. And, the conversation going back between these people usually ends up, when do you need more nurses? Hey, we're going to run, we'll have a job posting. They blast it out, and then, the floodgates open. So the neat thing is this is a very public facing everybody can look and actually see the use case, live, and it's pretty neat. The other thing too is I think some of the feature functionality on the back end, the customer's requirements were, hey, we need this to work. Most of the time when we go into a contact center deal, it's, do you need reporting? What kind of reporting? Are there KPIs you need to look at? Is there a service level you need to hit? All these different things. Do you need Whisper, Barge? Again, the normal CCAS type conversation track. And literally their only requirement was, this needs to work. And then subsequently, they're discovering all this other functionality that TalkDesk has, reporting. Now they can actually see how many unique callers there are, how many callers that have tried one or more times. They can see, yeah, we've already placed this caller before in a previous campaign. So some of that reporting is just amazing. Phil, is any of the other functionality that you know of that was really mind blowing to them?
I think that what's wonderful is now that they have this system, they have data, right? Before it was just getting a bunch of calls. Now they have a bunch of calls with data, with where are they calling from? What we've talked to them before. What is their experience? That stuff can all be tied into a source of truth. And when you have data, that's much more powerful than just getting a bunch of calls. And so the fact that they have those things is just a great benefit for them, in my opinion. And hopefully it'll just be something that they can continue to grow with, and say, now that we have this data, we know how to target things more accurately. We know where we can go for what we need, and it makes them a lot more efficient and able to grow.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and the other neat thing is we had another customer that had a similar issue, not quite the exact same thing, but also COVID related. This was in regards to vaccines and people calling in. And because of this experience that we had with Krucial Staffing and TalkDesk, we immediately could make the recommendation, TalkDesk is the group that we need to solve the problem. And in that's, same instance, they got it up within 72 hours of the contract being signed. So it's just amazing. I mean, TalkDesk literally saved lives between these two deals. They were great, fabulous deals, lots of agents, so there was, there weren't insignificant in terms of, 3 to 5 agents. I mean, we're talking hundreds and hundreds of agents. So yeah, TalkDesk, I mean, Phil, you put it the best. You're actually helping save lives with your platform.
Our tagline is, we're just trying to end bad customer service for the world. And people say, well, that's a pretty big goal. And I say, yeah, it is, but we're going to do it. And we'll just do it one customer at a time, one staffing service at a time, one vaccine administrator at a time. And if we can save some lives at the same time, what a great thing that is. So.
Absolutely. Well, gentlemen, any other final comments or anything that we missed on kind of the progression of Krucial Staffing?
I would say they're still learning. I mean, they're not contact center experts. So Carolyn's their project manager. They still have weekly calls with Krucial, and the experience is getting better and better as they learn what they can do.
And we wouldn't even know about Krucial if it weren't for guys like Russ Novak and Rand Telecom Consulting, who is out there talking to these businesses and knowing what's going on in their world. And one of the reasons we were able to implement so quickly is because he knew so much about them and knew what they were facing and what they were challenged with. Then he gets Brendan Strain involved, who's just a knowledge resource like none other. And together they say, let's figure this out. And we go in, we say, yes, we can do it. And within days, we're doing it. And so great kudos to Russ and to Brendan and everybody at PlanetOne. It's been a great opportunity for us, even to the point where Krucial has said, hey, we want to tell everybody what a great job you guys did. And a press release was extended and good things are happening. So thanks to both you guys and to the team at PlanetOne.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and that was a great reminder. So there is out on the internet right now a great press release that TalkDesk did, and a case study that they shot out, so everybody can actually read about this deal in a little bit more detail, anything that we didn't cover here, so everybody can see the progression and kind of, again, the big things that really helped them make a difference and really set TalkDesk apart from other contact center offerings. So, Russ, I have one last question for you. I think we're all dying to see what's outside of your window.
I'm in Breckenridge, Colorado.
Look at that.
My daughter's ski racing. She's second out of 70 girls.
That's amazing.
First race, so it's a good day.
Good. It's awesome, man. Well, wish her luck. I think your view is probably the best view out of all of our views right now. So thanks for jumping on while your daughter's racing and taking a few minutes out to chat with us, man.
No problem.
Thanks, guys.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.